What if getting rich had almost nothing to do with skipping coffee and everything to do with a few simple decisions you make once and automate forever? Imagine opening your banking app and seeing money flow exactly where it should. Bills paid, investments growing, and guilt free spending left over for the things you love. In the next few minutes, you will learn how to set up a system that runs on autopilot and lets you live your version of a rich life without obsessing over spreadsheets. Ramit Sethi is the author of I Will Teach You to Be Rich, second edition. He started in his college dorm room testing what actually helps people follow through, not just what sounds good. This updated edition brings the playbook into the modern world with the psychology of money, scripts that work in real conversations, and a step by step system for banking, credit, investing, and spending. The promise is practical. Stop feeling behind, build a plan you can stick to, and spend extravagantly on what you love while cutting costs on what you do not. Here is the core idea: a rich life is personal, and it becomes possible when you automate the right money decisions, avoid pointless fees, and focus on a few big wins that move the needle for decades. Let's start with the first big idea. Define your rich life and build a conscious spending plan. Most budgets fail because they feel like punishment. A conscious spending plan does the opposite. It tells your money where to go every month on purpose so you can enjoy spending without guilt. The plan has four buckets. Fixed costs like rent, utilities, and minimum debt payments usually take 50 to 60% of take home pay. Long term investments get around 10%. Savings goals like a vacation or emergency fund get 5 to 10%. And guilt free spending gets the rest, usually 20 to 35%. Here's a quick story. Maya used to track every coffee and feel bad each time she ordered one. She switched to a conscious plan, kept her total fixed costs under 60%, set up 10% automatic investing, and gave herself a solid guilt free spending allowance. She still buys coffee, but now it's planned, not a surprise. The result is that she sticks with the plan month after month. How to apply this today? List your take home income and your average monthly costs in those four buckets. If fixed costs are too high, do not beat yourself up. Pick one lever to pull in the next 90 days, like negotiating rent at renewal or moving a high car payment to a cheaper option. Then, set a monthly guilt free spending number you can live with and commit to it. You'll know you did it right when you stop feeling guilty for buying the things you love. The second idea is to pick the right accounts and optimize credit the smart way. The foundation of your money system is where your cash lives. Many people still pay overdraft fees and earn almost nothing on savings. That's like running with weights on your ankles. Instead, open a no fee checking account and a high yield savings account. Connect them and set overdraft protection. Then add one or two great reward credit cards with no annual fee to start and set auto pay in full. Here's a quick example. Alex had three random accounts from college and kept getting hit with a $12 monthly fee. He called his bank using a simple script. I have been a loyal customer for years. I noticed a monthly fee and I would like it waived. The rep removed the charge. Then he moved to a no fee account so it wouldn't happen again. For credit, he picked one travel card and one cashback card, set auto pay, and watched his score improve. By the way, your credit score mainly depends on paying on time, your credit utilization being low, the length of history, and having a mix of accounts. The easiest lever is utilization. If you pay in full and keep your balance under 30% of your limit, ideally under 10%, your score tends to rise over time. One simple action you can take today is to set autopay to the full statement balance for your card. That one move eliminates late fees and interest, which are silent killers of wealth. The third idea is the heart of the book. Automate investing for the long term and let compounding do the heavy lifting. You don't need to pick hot stocks or time the market. You need low cost, diversified funds you can hold for decades. The order of operations is simple. First, capture free money by contributing enough to your workplace retirement plan to get the full employer match if you have one. Next, max or contribute to a Roth IRA or traditional IRA, depending on your income and tax situation. Then go back and increase your workplace plan. Finally, invest in a simple taxable brokerage account if you still have money to allocate. What should you buy? For most people, a target date index fund or a small set of broad index funds can do the job. Think total US stock market, total international stock market, and a bond fund for stability. Keep costs low and leave the rest alone. Here's a story. Priya started with $50 a month at age 25, felt it was too small, and almost gave up. But she kept going and bumped it to 100, then 200, then more as her salary grew. Two things happened. First, compounding quietly built real money. Second, she stopped thinking about it because everything was automatic. The market went up and down, and she stayed the course. One simple way to start is to set a monthly transfer on payday from checking to your investment account, targeted to your chosen index fund. Even $50 is fine. What matters is starting and increasing over time. Rebalance once a year to keep your allocation in line, but don't tinker week to week. The goal is to be a boring investor with exciting results. The fourth idea is to manage debt deliberately, not emotionally. Debt can feel overwhelming because it's both math and psychology. Ramit suggests tackling high-interest debt first while still making minimum payments on everything else. That usually means credit cards because their rates are often the highest. There are two main strategies. The avalanche method targets the highest interest rate first to save the most money. The snowball method targets the smallest balance first to score a quick win. If you need momentum, start with snowball. If you want maximum savings, use avalanche. Either way, set it up automatically. Here's a quick story. Jordan had 4 cards and a student loan. He lined up his cards by interest rate, paid the minimum on all, and threw every extra dollar at the highest interest rate card. He called each lender to ask for a lower APR, using a script like, "I've been a good customer for years. I noticed a monthly fee and I would like it waived." The rep removed the charge. Then he moved to a no-fee account so it wouldn't happen again. For credit, he picked 1 travel card and 1 cashback card, set autopay, and watched his score improve. By the way, your credit score mainly depends on paying on time, your credit utilization being low, the length of history, and having a mix of accounts. The easiest lever is utilization. If you pay in full and keep your balance under 30% of your limit, ideally under 10%, your score tends to rise over time. One simple action you can take today is to set autopay to the full statement balance for your card. That one move eliminates late fees and interest, which are silent killers of wealth. The fifth idea is to go for big wins and earn more, because cutting lattes has a ceiling, but income has no cap. Big wins are the handful of decisions that pay you for years. Think negotiating your salary, choosing an apartment you can comfortably afford, investing early, and avoiding lifestyle creep. Salary negotiation alone can be worth tens of thousands over a career because raises build on each other. The book gives simple scripts for these conversations. For example, after getting an offer, you might say, "I'm excited about this role. Based on my research and the value I can bring, I was targeting a total compensation of X. Is there flexibility here?" Then stop talking and let the silence work. Inside your current job, you can negotiate raises by making your boss successful and documenting your results. Set a meeting 3 months before review season and ask, what would it take to be top tier at the next review? Then deliver, track wins, and present them clearly. Outside your job, earning more might mean freelancing or consulting. Start by picking a problem you can solve, like building websites or running ads for local businesses. Offer a test project, charge fairly, and ask for referrals. Here's a quick example. Lena offered 1 month of social media cleanup for a local cafe. She charged a modest fee, delivered results, and turned it into a recurring contract. That extra $500 a month went straight to debt payoff and investing. A related concept from the book is money dials, the category where you love to spend more. Some people dial up travel, others fitness, convenience, or generosity. When you know your top money dial, you can unapologetically spend more there while cutting the stuff you don't care about. One action today is to list your top money dial and one category you can cut. Then redirect that money to the dial you love or to your investments. These ideas work best when tied together by automation. Think of it like building a set of rails for your money. On payday, your paycheck lands in checking. A percentage flows automatically to your Roth IRA or brokerage. Another percentage moves to savings goals like an emergency fund. Your credit card auto pays in full. Your bills pay themselves. Whatever remains in checking becomes guilt-free spending. You can keep a small buffer to avoid overdrafts. The point is that you see the plan once and it runs every month with minimal effort. If something changes, you adjust the rails, not your willpower. Set quarterly reminders to negotiate fees, check your savings rate, and increase your investment contributions by 1%. Those tiny tweaks compound into life-changing results. Let's recap the key takeaways so they stick. First, a rich life is personal. Define it. Then build a conscious spending plan with fixed costs, investing, savings goals, and guilt-free fun. Second, choose the right accounts, avoid fees, and use credit cards as tools with auto-pay in full. Third, automate investing in low-cost index funds. Capture your employer match and let compounding work while you live your life. Fourth, manage debt by prioritizing high-interest balances, automating extra payments, and using simple scripts to lower rates and fees. Fifth, pursue big wins like salary negotiation and earning more outside of work. Identify your money dials so you can spend more on what you love without guilt. Sixth, if you share money with a partner, design a simple system with joint and separate accounts and hold regular money dates. And finally, stitch it all together with automation so your plan runs in the background and frees your attention for the things that matter.